Hey, baby. Oh, why do you look so sad? You look like you have some bad news for me. I hope not. I think you're too old, and you think I'm too young. I think you're too cold, and you think I'm way too strong. I think you're too old, and you think I'm too young. I think you're too cold, and you think I'm way too strong.
I was a B-girl for a hot second. I didn't even really get like a B-girl name, but I was dancing with Natural Elements in Washington, D.C. and it was incredible. They were the most amazing crew to dance with. I mean, they taught me the basics. It was incredible. It was a really pivotal point in my life because I'd always wanted to break dance. Like ever since I saw Breakin', Electric Boogaloo when I was a kid, like, and just to, you know, be able to go to the studio with them and practice with them and rehearse with them. You know, we came up to New York to Rocksteady one year. It was a great experience, and the breaking actually kind of segued right into modeling. We performed at Howard University for one of their like hip hop fashion shows, and the designers, a couple designers came up to me and were like, "Hey, do you want to wear some of our stuff?" And I'm like, yeah. And I just kind of kept in touch with them, and I was like, "Hey, look, if you have any more shows, I'll come up to New York. I'll be in your shows." I mean, modeling was something I really wanted to do just since being a child, and my opportunity just kind of opened up for me. And you know, I put down the sneakers and the baggy jeans, and I picked up a pair of high heels. The rest is history. Well, recently I had the Kit Kat commercial, which was humongous. I had no idea how big that was going to be. And I mean big, it was like I had to change my number. There were people from like 4 years ago like, "Yo, Brianna, sing." I'm like, dude, we stopped dating and I hate you. Why are you calling me? I mean, it was just like all kinds of people coming out of the woodwork. But yeah, the Kit Kat commercial was crazy. I didn't even tell people when I shot it because a lot of times the commercials, you don't know what it's gonna look like. You know, you don't know if the editor's gonna edit you in, or you might get cut out, or the commercial spot might not even run. So I've learned in the past, like, don't say anything until it's on TV. McDonald's, Diet Pepsi. I did a Super Bowl commercial for Diet Pepsi. That was pretty big. That was really crazy. A lot of people called me at one time. I've never had so many people call me at one time. I remember I was at the airport and I had just flown into New York, and the Super Bowl was happening, and the commercial came on, and it was like one person called, boom, another person called. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, ah, it was me, yeah, it was me. What else? I've done Honda, AT&T, Cox Cable, yeah, the list goes on. Maybe it was before I came to LA. I mean, probably like 7 years ago. As a kid, me and my mom always made up songs. You know, as a child, she always kind of made up a song and a dance, and we just kind of do that like all the time. But maybe like, you know, 7, 8 years ago, I started really like writing my songs and realizing that I could take the poetry that she kind of taught me how to write and make that into songs. Like, this is the same thing. You know, and it just became really easy for me to just rhyme and match words together and kind of tell a story and make a song and words visual and actually feel things from it. Yeah. As a singer, you don't. Well, for me, I didn't know if I liked my voice. I didn't know if it was like, does it sound good? I mean, it sounds good to me, but that doesn't mean the whole world is gonna like it. I knew that I loved to sing, and it took a long time for me a couple of years for me to realize, like, this is me, this is my voice, this is my sound. And just because you sing doesn't really mean that you're a developed artist. You know, it means you're a singer, but an artist means like you have your own style, your own vibe, you know, your own look. So, you know, once you kind of get that developed, then you feel really, really good. You feel really, really comfortable in your skin as an artist and as a singer. But I never really liked my voice. I kind of liked it, but I didn't know should I like it? Am I just liking it because it's me, you know? But, you know, after a while, you get comfortable, and enough people that don't really know you tell you that it's good, and you're like, okay, cool. Because when your friends and your family, they're like, yeah, it sounds good, you know? But they're not gonna hurt your feelings. But when you have the people that you don't know and producers you don't know and that are feeling it, then you start to like build that confidence and, you know, realized like, dang, I might really have something here.
That's how you overcame your adversity.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just really, I think a big moment that for me was when I had a vocal coach, Nick Cooper, in Los Angeles, and he really just helped me to build that confidence. You know, I wasn't even singing in front of people at the time. It was like, you know, I went to the studio, I sang my little songs, my boy recorded it, cool, and this is what we got. You know what I mean? But as far as singing out loud in front of people, that was like a first. And he really gave me the confidence to just make me feel good about what I was doing, you know? And I needed that, and I think he saw that, he nurtured that. So that was amazing. Horrible. It was so bad. It was in Washington, D.C. I think it was at, I want to say 18th Street Lounge, but I could be wrong. I don't think it was 18th Street Lounge. Maybe it was at 5. It was like one of those clubs around 18th Street, you know, near Ozio or whatever. And of course my boy was DJing. He's like, yo, Brianna, you want to perform? I was like, okay. And I was just so scared. I had one friend from like 7th grade. She came. I didn't tell anybody. I didn't want anybody else there because I was like, man, if I suck, everyone's gonna see this. And I guess I did okay. But looking back now, I know I sucked. Like then I thought, okay, yeah, this is okay. But I realized like just being up there, and it was only like maybe 20 to 50 people in the club. And I realized, like, you know, you're gonna have this is hard work. You're gonna have to put a lot of energy into just being up there by yourself on the mic and getting people to feel it. You know what I mean? Like, because you start with the energy, but just because you start with it, you can't lose the energy halfway through the song. Like, damn, I'm tired of singing. You know, like, because people are feeding off of you. You know, it was definitely a learning experience. But yeah, that was pretty whack. I think my music is visual, you know, like you don't just hear it, you feel it, and it takes you somewhere in your mind, you know, the words, the melody, the lyrics, you know, and a lot of the things that I sing and write about are kind of metaphors, you know, like just because I say, you know, I have a song called Ocean, and you know, it's not really just about the ocean, it's about love, it's about this one person who is my ocean, you know, so a lot of my songs, you know, if you listen to them long enough, you're like, wait, she's not really talking about that, she's talking about something else, you know, if you're smart, you'll kind of catch it, but there's just an element of, you know, like serenity and really it just makes, it just kind of creates a visual image in your head. You know, and I think that's kind of what I want. I want to take people on a journey when they hear my songs. You know, I want them to think about a time that maybe that relates to them or their friends, you know, because even as an artist, you know, we make music for ourselves, but you can't really be all about you know what I mean, because the fans are what keep you alive, keep you going. You got to think about, what do people want to hear, what do they want to sing about, what's going to make them feel good, how can they relate. Fame, I think it's very important, and I say that because I have a plan. You know, my music career is not just about me, you know, being famous and glamorous and but there's, you know, when you get to that certain position in your life of fame, you know, you have a certain amount of power, and you have to know what to do with that when you get it, you know, and for me, God has pretty much implanted a plan in my head, what I need to do, what the end goal is, you know, like, I mean, I'm not going to say it now, but ultimately it's to help people, you know, it's to help millions and millions of people. That's what pretty much keeps me going. Like, I can't just stop and be like, oh, today, you know, I don't even want to be a singer anymore. It's so much deeper than that, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm be letting down a lot of people, you know, there's so many people in this world that I want to help. And I don't know why I want to help them, but I just do, you know? So I have to just continue, push forward, and just make it happen. Not a loud singer, I don't belt out, so it's not, you know, so everything is really sensitive, but I mean, I think the most challenges is if, you know, I record something and hear back, and I'm like, nah, I don't like that. I'll do something 10, 15 times over and over. I'm a perfectionist, like, my voice is my voice, you know, I've worked really hard on it and to, you know, get it to where it is, you know, to have that distinct sound so that when people hear me, they're like, yo, that's Brianna Colette, you know, and that's really, as an artist, what you want. You want, you know, someone to hear your song on the radio and know it's you without without seeing you. Well, here's the thing, I've got tons and tons of music, and people don't even realize that, because on iTunes I have Too Old, which has been released, and Sad to Say, because I have the music videos, but I have so much more music that's already done, complete, but it hasn't been released yet. The album that I recorded in Belgium is only available on Getty Images, and we haven't fully released that yet because we're really trying to just get some more backing to promote the whole album and see what happens with that. So we really got to strategize. And I don't want to just put an album out and be like, okay, here's the album, and then people are like, okay, that's great, but what else you got? You know what I mean? You got to hold on to some of the good stuff, you know what I mean? So it's you know, in time it'll be released. But Getty Images, I think it has it available for purchase, and also you can listen to the album. But I'll be this summer, I mean by the end of the summer, I'll be definitely releasing more songs on iTunes and on Facebook and my website. Oh, well, the album that I did in Belgium, that's with Luna Man, who is the craziest man alive, but he's so freaking talented. I am so blessed to be able to work with him. I went to Belgium last year to record the album. We were there for maybe two weeks, and then we had to extend the trip because so much was going on, and Belgium was like, yo, Brianna, they want you here, they want you there. And I was like, okay, cool. So I ended up staying for the whole month. But we locked ourselves in the studio from morning to night. No joke. The studio's in his house. So like our routine was, okay, we wake up, we eat something, we go into the studio about 6 o'clock, come out about 4 a.m., go to the club at like 4 in the morning, rock it out till about 7, come back, sleep all day, wake up at 4 p.m., get back in the studio at 6. It was intense. It's definitely intense, because when you're on a timeline, I mean, you gotta be creative, but then you're under pressure too. It's like, okay, we don't have time to waste and play around. But that was an experience in itself. It kind of felt like Real World. He had people over in the house all the time. So it was like, I couldn't just like wake up and just roll in there looking like a crackhead. It was like, dang, I gotta do makeup. There's people coming over to hang out and watch the session and and all that. But it was a great experience. And I mean, Luna Man has been in the game for about 40 years. Not 40 years, I'm sorry, like 20 years. I'm about to say 40 years, like, he's old, right? No, for about 20 years. He used to be an artist himself years ago in Belgium, so yeah. My website is www.briannacolette.com. BriannaColette.com.